Hi, I'm Ryan Howsam and this is the Power Of series. Welcome to the Power of Smart Marketing. I'm going to give you some information that's going to really help you drive your marketing to a whole other level. Well, there are lots of ways to spend money, and it's incredible how you can waste money in marketing. So smart marketing really means knowing how to target the customer in a smart way and how to spend the money in the right way to get a return on investment. Everybody that I speak to in business always says, what's your marketing budget? And the question I would ask there is, why would you limit the money that you spend to get customers? So the real thing is, why have a budget? If your infrastructure can deal with the amount of inquiries coming in, and whether that's web, that should be very straightforward, or whether you've got a call centre or salespeople, whatever it is, as long as you can deal with the amount of inquiries, then you really need to spend as much as you possibly can. Yeah, well, when I first started off, I really didn't have any money to spend. So the key here is to understand how much money you are making from the product that you are selling, and then how much are you prepared to spend as part of that to acquire a customer. So in my early days, when I didn't have more than the cost to acquire a customer, because in my business I have a lifetime value, so you might spend over the margin. But before that, it was very, very simple. I took the amount of money that I had to spend, and then I optimized every single channel of marketing that I could, and I spent as much as I possibly could in every channel. Now, that might sound like well, first of all, an easy, very simple thing to do. I'm always amazed at really how simple it is and how others don't adopt it. So in my particular market, you will find that we outspend the competition, and that's number 2 in the market by probably 3 times. So isn't it odd if you think about it? How can we spend 3 times more than them? And it's just very simply, they've got a budget to work to and we don't. When I started out, I didn't have much money to spend. Something to think about here is, have I got a cash flow positive business? So that's really interesting. If you have a cash flow positive business, this means that you get paid before you pay out. So I make sure that I negotiate all my contracts with as many payment days as I can possibly get. And then if I get paid before I have to pay out, then I can spend whatever it is that I'm making in that period, providing I'm acquiring it profitably. Now, there are many, many ways that you can go out and acquire customers. I think one of the most overlooked ways, once you get a customer, is what is it that you're doing for that customer that's so brilliant that they're going to want to tell other people about it. If you think about it, referral marketing, and this is something I say to my teams all the time, one customer refers one customer doubles the business. And that's true of any business, any size. If you can get every customer to refer one customer, you're going to double your business. So that's a very, very simple thing. But then on top of that, what can you do with the technologies that are out there now that don't cost a lot of money? The likes of Facebook and so on, and social. There are so many things that you can do. If you look at the influencers and how they operate, they're just tapping into networks. So, I would be saying, what can you do in a way with the new social networks that doesn't cost a lot of money, that gets you in front of a lot of people, but that's about doing something different or unique, or something that's going to get people talking and excited. The way I look at marketing is, any channel that can get me to a customer is where I want to be. So it's important to make sure that as these new channels of marketing come out, that you test them. And there's an important thing with testing. It's highly unlikely in a test that you're going to get an instant return on investment. So one of the things you need to do is to make sure that you are prepared to risk a little bit of money, getting to the point of where it can get a return. If you instantly close it off because you don't get a return on investment in the first the first amount of spend, it's not going to work. You really have to be able to do that. But remember, with marketing, it's not just about the channel, it's about price, it's about the proposition, it's about the words that you say to people, it's about colours on the website. There are all sorts of things that make a difference to response rates. So you have to be able to test and learn. So with any new channel that comes out, get your message out there, test and learn, have a bit of a budget for that, and that's where I would advocate a budget. And then as soon as it works, spend as much as you can. What you'll find with each channel of marketing is that they will all have different response rates. And one of the things that you've got to really think about with marketing is the attribution across all of those channels. So you talk there specifically about TV. What we found with TV, in the early days when we did it, we actually had a response that was within the margin, and it really worked. And then over time that started to become more expensive and we didn't acquire within the margin. But then what we found is that the halo effect on the rest of the marketing channels brought up all of the response rates there. So sometimes you've got to look at this not just in a silo way with that specific marketing. You've got to look at it across all of your marketing channels and see how do they all perform together. What we've found is that when you put them all together and really understand, and in fact there are loads of attribution tools out there now to help you do this type of attribution, to know really where is it all coming from. But ultimately, starting point is get a return on investment in the channel with that specific product that you're going after, marketing channel with that product that you're going after and the margin that's there. And then make sure you measure across all the channels. So don't just cut something off if you're not certain it's not working, but if it's not working, then stop it. So to summarize, make sure you create a great brand, make sure it's memorable and that you've spent enough money to make it look like it really is world class. Secondly, don't limit the amount of money that you're spending acquiring customers. Why would you do that? Spend as much as you possibly can, but do that by testing and learning with every single channel that you can that's out there. I hope you enjoyed that episode and you got something out of it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on social media.